And what do you think is possible with VR?
Well, I hope anything's possible.
This thing was the first booth you've ever tried so far?
Yes, it was. First time.
I think you're going to see a lot more things like this, but also more in-depth, kind of.
I got to figure out what else is out there.
That's true.
Hello there and welcome to the Drax Files Radio Hour with Joe Yardley. My name is Draxter Dupre. This may be the shortest show ever without Joe Yardley, of course, because you can't really rely on this program anymore to have any sort of consistency, especially during the holiday season. No, I'm kidding. I know you enjoy this, and that's why you're listening, and we are very happy to give you this program. But it is, in fact, Christmas is around the corner and there's a lot going on. But this is a really special show for the generation Vine, I call it, where the attention span is maybe 6 seconds plus, maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Today we'll have a colleague of mine who is also blood related. Back in May 2015, there was a conference called Silicon Valley Virtual Reality Expo and Convention. And this fellow, whose voice you may know from the credits, was given the task to run around and get in front of his microphone VR luminaries, and he actually did. He delivered. And I told him to be concise, but also follow up. And he came back with very, very short audio. But nonetheless, he got people like Philip Rosedale, for instance, to maybe break a little sweat here with some tough line of questioning. So as I'm going through this old audio, I'm going to play this for you guys as my holiday gift. And let's just start with Kaleo's take on... let's just start with Kaleo's conversation with a person that we all know, someone who gave us a wonderful virtual world called Second Life.
So, hi, what's your name and what's your company's name?
I'm Philip Rosedale, and my company is High Fidelity.
What does your product do?
Well, High Fidelity is a virtual world that is user-deployed, so you run your own servers, works with head-mounted displays, and lets you do just about anything. You can build things in it. You can build games. You can do anything you like.
Okay, as I see here, does it use facial tracking too?
It does use facial tracking. We use the 2D camera in your laptop or PC if you have one, and if you're wearing a head-mounted display, we, of course, track your head and your body, but also listen to the audio from your microphone to animate your face.
Okay, what are your competitors?
Well, we're working on a more general view of the metaverse, and so I think what we're trying to do is ambitious, and we don't have a lot of competitors right now. There's another great company that's here called AltSpace that's kind of working in a similar direction, a little different than what we're doing, but same kind of general idea.
What do you do better than AltSpace?
We are a lot... our focus is on a couple of things that are really different. One is very low latency interaction between people with facial movement and body movement and sound, 3D sound. We process 3D sound for everybody that's in an environment, which is a kind of a tough technical trick. The other thing we do is let you deploy your own servers. So you actually run the server that is your virtual world, kind of like a Minecraft server, for example. The other thing we do is we allow people to share their servers with each other to handle cases where they would run out of bandwidth or capacity otherwise. And that's a pretty unique technology as well that we're building.
So you can run your server on any device that you have, or is it just computers?
You can run our server on just about anything. It's actually open source, so it's already on Linux and Mac and Windows, and it'll soon be on other platforms as people choose to bring it there.
And why did you, as AltSpace did, get rid of text chat in High Fidelity?
Text chat, I'm also the founder of Second Life, and so all of these are things that I've thought about a lot. We didn't put, we may add text chat at some point, but the fact that people are able to use their body language and their voices to communicate now is incredibly powerful as a way of getting everybody, into virtual worlds. Text is hard. You have to be fast. It's a specific kind of a channel, and being able to actually just be there like a regular person is something different. So we wanted to start with something new, and then add text. Text is easy. We can add that later.
But what about people who don't want to talk? They just want to talk through text because they might be scared of meeting other people.
Yeah. There's already been a couple of chat systems that have actually been built by people that are early users of high fidelity. So we don't really think that you'll never use chat. I think there'll definitely, as you say, be people that'll just want to chat. But we wanted to start with, the feeling of the experience for everybody when they got in there the first time, be a live one where they could hear sounds and people and everything.
Okay, that's pretty much it.
Thanks.
For the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Good to meet you.
And yeah, that was slightly over 3 minutes. One of the longest interviews that Kaleo did at SPVR. Maybe that's that balance of sort of my offspring trying to, not ramble like I do, kind of the genetic self-correction, I suppose. But all the kidding aside, I think it's actually quite great how he focuses in on the gist of things. Here's Eric Romo from Altspace VR, maybe the competitor for upcoming Project Sansar and social VR. I don't know. Ebbe Altberg and Eric Romo were together on a Bloomberg business TV segment that is linked on the blog. But let's listen to the very short interview with Eric Romo, CEO of Altspace VR.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Eric Romo.
What is your company and your product?
We're Altspace VR.
What does your product do?
Our product is a communications platform in virtual reality.
And can you build things in this communications thing?
Yeah, so right now our product is for sharing 2D web content. So you can do things like watch movies together on Netflix, or watch esports on Twitch, watch YouTube videos together. You can share anything that's on the 2D web. So we can look at pictures together, or do a meeting together. And then we have an SDK for developing applications in JavaScript that run themselves in VR in these shared spaces.
Do you have text chat and voice chat?
We have, right now, just voice chat.
Okay. Do you have any competitors?
There's lots of people who are going to do social interaction in virtual reality.
Which one's your biggest competitor?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I think for communicating in fully immersive VR, I think it's pretty early days. So there's certainly lots of games that are going to have a social interaction component, and I think there'll be lots of other platforms that work on this as well.
Would you or wouldn't you consider Second Life as your competitor?
I think Second Life is another great way to interact in virtual reality. I think there's going to be different applications for different people. Everybody's going to find something slightly different compelling. So yeah, I think there's definitely some things that we do that overlap between the two of us, but there's probably a lot more that we do that are different.
What do you think you do better than Second Life?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question. I think we've been designed from the start for virtual reality, for fully immersive VR. I think that's a big difference between the two. When
did your company start?
We started in 2013. Yeah, it's been around for a couple of years now.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, great. Thanks for your time.
Thank you too.
Eric Romo in under 3 minutes. Next is Kite and Lightning's founder and CEO Ikrima El Hassan. It's also on the thumbnail that was created for this show by Justin Esparza. He kind of resembles my avatar a little bit. I kind of resent that. No, but Ikrima is a great guy, and Kite and Lightning is a very interesting company. They make cinematic VR and some brand experience. They work with GE on a thing called GE Neuro. Interesting stuff. Here is Ikrima El Hassan, as interviewed by the little Drax.
So what's your name and what's the name of your company?
I'm Ikrima El Hassan, and I'm from Kite and Lightning.
Okay, and what does your product do?
We are a creative development studio focusing in VR in LA, and we create cinematic VR experiences.
Okay, so what do you have competitors?
We do. There's, I think, there's a lot of people in the VR space right now that are creating content and compelling stuff, and it's very early days, so I think everybody is really working together to make some awesome stuff.
What do you do better than your competitors?
We like to focus and pride ourselves in bringing cinematic and feature level quality to our work. Our background is in films and movies, and so we try to bring that level of storytelling and cinematics into the VR world.
Okay, so that's all.
Awesome, cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, and next interview, CEO of Meta. Augmented reality glasses. Meta CEO Todd Revolt. Yeah, here you can hear slightly, a little annoyance when Kaleo's signature question, who's your greatest competitor and why are you better than him, her, them? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Kaleo Drax. What's your name?
My name is Todd Revolt. I'm with a company called Meta.
Okay, what does your product do?
So we build, unlike most people here who are in virtual reality, we build an augmented reality device that enables you to interact with digital content that's layered in the real world.
And do you have competitors?
Do we have competitors? Yeah, there are a few competitors out there, but the space is so new, I think it's really kind of open green field right now. I would say probably the product that everybody thinks about is like the closest competitor to us would probably be Microsoft HoloLens.
And why is yours better than theirs?
Well, one, we're shipping ours. So developers actually already have ours and they're building applications on ours. We're the only augmented reality device where you can actually do 4 different hand gestural movements. So you can do things like pinch, you can rotate, you can grab things, you can poke things, and you have the ability to interact with digital content in a way that we haven't seen from any other AR devices. In addition to that, we have the largest field of view in the industry.
Okay, that's all.
Oh,
Thank you.
That was easy. That was the easiest interview I've ever had.
Yeah.
And the final little bit is Annette working at the Zeiss booth. We have to end with something German. Zeiss, of course, maker of lenses and all sorts of lens-related optical thingies. They were present at SVVR with the Zeiss VR1 AR and VR combined glasses. Here we go.
Hi, so what is your name?
My name is Annette, and I'm from Zeiss Multimedia.
Okay, what is the name of your product?
The name of our product is called VR1. They're virtual reality goggles.
And what is your product used for, and how do you use it?
So they're virtual reality goggles, and these are based on a mobile platform. So these work with devices, any smartphone with a size between 4.7 and 5.2 inch screen size. We have trays that are inserted into the device that hold the phone in the right location for the best viewing experience. We support the Samsung Galaxy S4, 5, and 6. We also support the iPhone 6, the Nexus phone, as well as the LG G3.
And what is your biggest competitor?
Probably the biggest competitor would be a device like the Google Cardboard or the Durovis Dive. Samsung Gear is a similar product, but it's a little bit different. So ours is probably more similar to a cardboard.
And why is your product better than theirs, and why should people buy it?
Well, our product, it's a Zeiss product. So Zeiss is known typically worldwide for providing superior optics. And as you know, with a VR experience, it's all about the optics. So Zeiss brings to this product a premium optical experience in Zeiss lenses. So really, that's what we bring to the table. Thank you.
That's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Kaleo. I think he has a bright future in journalism if he keeps it concise and deep and is not afraid of asking the hard questions. So, holiday season, I gotta go and continue prepping that. But there's so much more happening, of course, and we linked to it on the blog. First of all, the next show is the 100th episode of this podcast, How Time Flies. And we will have a very special show, a 100th 100th episode live show in Second Life. And there's a landmark linked on the blog. It's gonna be a very special location, and we'll have very special guests, and it will all evolve around the future of Second Life, of course, in the context of, retention with the Gateway program. You guessed it. Also, Project Bento is alive. I've been under NDA, as have been other journalists or documentarians or bloggers, I should say. And Project Bento is updating the Second Life skeleton to breathe a lot of life into that skeleton. The possibilities are endless. I'm doing a Drax Files video episode about this project, and I need your help. On January 15th, we're going to film content created with this new Bento functionality. It's going to be at 12 p.m. January 15th, somewhere in Second Life. Please stay tuned to the profile feed, the group, other notices on the official blog. I know that Ziola is going to remind folks who are making content or who know people who make content to show up and show their content that showcases the new skeleton in either humanoid awesomeness or fantasy creatures or whatever you want. And that's going to end up in the video. So that's that. Also, there is a new Drax Files video out. I neglected to mention that last week. I was in Edinburgh and I profiled Isla Gaelic and Ewan Moreau, a couple who found each other in Second Life, and a really great story. And I'm so grateful that they open up their lives to be so portrayed. A lot of comments of other people who found each other in Second Life. Email me, IM me, ping me, either way. If you have relationship stories, I might do something very special for Valentine's Day, sort of vignette type video program. All right, that's it for the show. Next week, Joe will be back for the 100th episode, very special live show. Tune in, and yeah, that's it. Have a fabulous weekend. And goodbye.
The Drax Files Radio Hour with Joe Yardley is a weekly production of Basic Drax Entertainment. The show is supported by Maven Homes, Giza Creations, Botanical, Strawberry Sing, Abranimations, Arrows Avatars, Caravel Design, Avacon, The Cube Republic, Fateware by Damien Fate, The Avazines Publication Family, What Next, Dutchy Furniture, Landscapes Unlimited, Dwarfins, The Den, Following Gods Incorporated, Feroce SL, Giant Snail Races every Saturday, Kona Stream, and Death Row Designs. Contact the show via Skype, Drax Files, Avatar Drax Files, or email radio@draxfiles.com.